Jim Rohn's Girl Scouts cookies story and his 101 inspirational quotes presented to you by Inspiring Success. Your timeless success principles for personal growth. Listen to Jim Rohn's compelling story and his 101 inspirational quotes. It can change your life. Emanuel James, Jim Rohn was one of America's most influential motivational speakers. Jim Rohn's audience identified with him because he was the embodiment of the classic rags to riches story. He would speak from his personal experiences, which struck a chord with the audience. He discusses the nitty-gritty reasons that compelled him to change his life in the narrative below. It was a time when Jim Rohn was married and working a part-time job to support his family. Someone knocked on his front door one fine day when he was resting at home. When he opened the door, he looked down and saw a pair of enormous brown eyes staring up at him. He saw a tiny little girl, approximately 10 years old, stood there. The little girl informed him that she was selling Girl Scout cookies with all the strength and determination that her little heart could conjure. It was a brilliant display with multiple flavors, a special deal, and only $2 per box. Who could say no? Finally, she nicely requested him to buy with a big smile. Jim Rohn wanted to, but except for one thing, he did not have $2 in his pocket. He felt humiliated. He said, he was a father, a graduate of the college, and a working man, yet he didn't have $2 to his name. He could not tell the little kid with the large brown eyes, of course. So he did the next best thing. He told her a lie. Jim Rohn replied, "Thank you, but I have already purchased Girl Scout cookies this year, and I still have a lot of stuff in the house." That was simply not the case. But it was the only way he could think of to get him out of the predicament. That was exactly what happened. The small little girl replied, "That's okay, sir. Thank you very much," and she then turned around and continued on her journey. Jim Rohn stared after the little girl for what seemed like a long time. Finally, he shut the door behind him and yelled out, leaning against it. He said, "I do not want to live like this anymore. I've had it with being broke and lying for a long time. I'll never be embarrassed again because I don't have any money." That day, he told himself that he would work hard enough to always have a few $100 in his pocket. This is what a nitty-gritty reason entails. Jim Rohn said, it may not have won him any awards for greatness, but it had a lasting impact on the remainder of his life. There is a happy ending to Jim Rohn's Girl Scout cookie story. We hope that Jim Rohn's Girl Scout cookie story had also inspired you. Here are 101 Jim Rohn's most famous inspirational quotes to inspire you to be the best that you can be. Before we get started, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, share, and hit subscribe and the notification bell to get notifications for all our future videos uploaded to this channel. Here are Jim Rohn's most famous inspirational quotes. Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. We must all suffer one of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret or disappointment. You cannot change your destination overnight. You can change your direction. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. Successful people have libraries. The rest have big screen TVs. The worst thing one can do is not to try, to be aware of what one wants and not give in to it, to spend years in silent hurt wondering if something could have materialized, never knowing. Learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. Miss a meal if you have to, but don't miss a book. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. Either you run the day or the day runs you. We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. One of the greatest gifts you can give to anyone is the gift of attention. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. There are two types of pain you will go through in life, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. I will take care of me for you, if you will take care of you for me. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The ultimate reason for setting goals is to entice you to become the person it takes to achieve them. Success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. Everything you need for better future and success has already been written. And guess what? All you have to do is go to the library. Leadership is the challenge to be something more than average. Those who will not read are no better off than those who cannot read. Work hard at your job and you can make a living. Work hard on yourself and you can make a fortune. The difference between where you are today and where you'll be 5 years from now will be found in the quality of books you've read. If you don't like how things are, change it. You are not a tree. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. Motivation alone is not enough. If you have an idiot and you motivate him, now you have a motivated idiot. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. Success is something you attract by the person you become. The few who do are the envy of the many who only watch. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. We generally change ourselves for one of two reasons, inspiration or desperation. Don't just read the easy stuff. You may be entertained by it, but you will never grow from it. Unless you change how you are, you will always have what you've got. How long should you try? Until your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. For every promise, there is a price to pay. If the promise is clear, the price is easy. For things to change, you have to change. Success recipe: 2 cups faith, 2 cups love, 1 cup hard work, 1 cup persistence, 1 tablespoon vision and a dash of swagger. The book you don't read can't help. What is powerful is when what you say is just the tip of the iceberg of what you know. Poor people have big TVs. Rich people have big libraries. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. You have two choices. You can make a living, or you can design a life. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. Words do two major things. They provide food for the mind and create light for understanding and awareness. It isn't what the book costs. It's what it will cost you if you don't read it. Finding is reserved for those that search. Whatever good things we build end up building us. The only thing worse than not reading a book in the last 90 days is not reading a book in the last 90 days and thinking that it doesn't matter. You must either modify your dreams or magnify your skills. Goals. There's no telling what you can do when you get inspired by them. There's no telling what you can do when you believe in them. There's no telling what will happen when you act upon them. The more you know, the less you need to say. Self-education will make you a fortune. How sad to see a father with money and no joy. The man studied economics, but never studied happiness. Without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. If you just communicate, you can get by. But if you communicate skillfully, you can work miracles. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. There are only 3 colors, 10 digits, and 7 notes. It's what we do with them that's important. Only by giving are you able to receive more than you already have. Managers help people see themselves as they are. Leaders help people to see themselves better than they are. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. It takes time, but we get paid for the value, not the time. Learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. The bigger the why, the easier the how. Don't read a book and be a follower. Read a book and be a student. Time is more value than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. You want to set a goal that is big enough that in the process of achieving it you become someone worth becoming. To solve any problem, here are 3 questions to ask yourself. First, what could I do? Second, what could I read? And third, who could I ask? Finding is reserved for those who reach. We don't get paid for the hour. We get paid for the value we bring to the hour. Never wish life were easier, wish that you were better. The things that change your life are the people you meet, the classes you take, and the books you read. Work on yourself more than you do on your job. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. For what it will make of you to achieve it. We must all suffer from one of 2 pains. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. People would do better, if they knew better. Life expects us to make a reasonable amount of progress in a reasonable amount of time. That's why they make those second-grade chairs so small. Profits are better than wages. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The major reason for setting a goal is for what it makes of you to accomplish it. What it makes of you will always be the far greater value than what you get. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. When you know what you want, and want it bad enough, you will find a way to get it. We don't get what we need. We get what we search for. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. When you become better, it will naturally become easier. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of health. Learning is the beginning of spirituality. Searching and learning is where the miracle process all begins. We must all suffer one of 2 things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Days are expensive. When you spend a day, you have 1 less day to spend. So make sure you spend each one wisely. trust that you are inspired by the 101 inspirational quotes by Jim Rohn and his Girl Scout cookies story. Remember to like, comment, share, and hit subscribe and the notification bell to get notifications of all our future videos to be uploaded to this channel. Inspiring Success, your timeless success principles for personal growth.